Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. I don't know that I've done a reading for you before, but I do so many, I'm not sure, but I like to explain. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. And I try to describe the picture the best I can. There's always a reason for whatever they say or show. Never waste a message. They don't waste their energy. So if you don't remember it, if it doesn't make sense now, you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, oh, I know what he's talking about. This is not a perfect science. We communicate the best way we can. And it's their show. They'll tell you what you need to hear, maybe not always what you want to hear. I let them, as long as they're being good, it's their show and they can do whatever they want. They know best. They really do. So we're going to talk to Jimmy today. Oh, he's excited. He's excited. He's griping at me and asking me what took me so long. He's like just buzzing with excitement. What took you so long? What took you so long? I am very, very sorry for the wait. I just had all these things that got dumped in my lap all at once. So I thank you so much for being so patient. I really, really do. All my people are good people. He's still bitching at me. But let's let him calm down and get done griping at me. Yes. Hang on just a second. He says you're so excited. You've been waiting and waiting. You're so excited. So he's still chewing on my ass. I'm gonna pause it and let him chew on my ass for a minute. Okay, I think he's done. He's saying, Mom, 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 and he's going, hey, Mom, which when he's doing that, he's showing that he's making great effort for you to hear that. So you should, they get close, they make my head itch. It's their energy. So he's trying very hard. It's not that you're going to hear him yell. You might, but it's just he's showing he's making great effort for you to hear, hey, Mom. Okay, well, he's over here in my right ear. So you either have heard it and didn't realize what it was, probably, or you're going to hear it. And it'll be in one ear. If it's your physical ear, we do have ears up here. I call them telepathic ears. So you're going to hear this, hey, Mom, but it might be very, very soft. It might be like a whisper. It could be like just a little bit of buzzing or mumbling or muttering or something in one ear. He's saying that, like when, oh my gosh, they make me itch. He's showing like when you're just almost asleep or just still in the days of when you're waking up, like in that little la-la land period in between there. I think that's when you're probably going to hear it the most or the easiest. He says you won't be fighting it. I love you, Mom. A lot of times it'll sound like, now when my guides and my angels and the higher-ups, when they try to get a hold of me, it's a high-pitched shriek, really loud. When, like my Bob or somebody, you know, that's been here, it's usually not quite as high a pitch. I never know for sure how somebody else is going to receive the energy, how it's going to come across to them. So if you hear a shrieking in one ear, or even if it's a low shriek, just tell him. Or if it's mumbling, muttering like I'm doing right now, I can't seem to spit my words out today. Just tell him, I can't understand you. You need to change your level of energy. You need to change the way you're trying to say it. Just tell him, I can't understand the words, and he'll figure out how to do it where you'll hear it. Across the room. He's talking about something across the room. So wherever you're at right now as you're watching this, look across the room. Is there something that reminds you of him? Is there a picture of him? Is there something as you look up right across the room, wherever you're at this moment, something across the room that reminds you of him, or you're going to see? You might see a butterfly. You might see, if you're driving down the road and you're listening to it on your phone, you might look up and see his name on a billboard. I'm not sure, but it's something. But I feel more like you're inside a house when that happens. Now he's singing the song Signs. Hang on, let me see if I can figure out who sings. So he's singing the song Signs by Five Man Electrical Band. Anyway, so go Google that song or YouTube it or whatever. I don't know for sure what's in there, but he just keeps singing that. So I think he's just singing about the signs. I don't feel like it's so much the words in the song. A lot of times they'll do that, but I think he's just. And I'm hearing tap, 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 tap. They all do this a lot. Tap, 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 tap. So you could be sitting in your chair and you'll hear tap, tap, tap. Sounds like it's on a wall or something. It'll probably be very faint. It could be loud, but it usually is faint. So anyway, any of the signs that he gives me, that he's trying to show you he's around, when you get him, acknowledge him, validate him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Give him permission to come into your home and bring you these little signs. It truly kind of opens the door like floodgates. When they finally realize, you're getting my signs. I've been giving them to you. Now you're getting them. He mentions April, but I already know that she did this, got you this reading. He just mentions her name. He says, how are you today, my love? I don't feel like he's saying that to you. I feel like, did you just recently say that to somebody? Or maybe you just heard somebody say that to somebody? Or maybe you just were watching a show and somebody said, how are you doing today, my love? He's acknowledging that he was there at that moment when that happened. Or if it hasn't happened, he'll be there at that moment. He's talking about water. Water running, water rushing, water. I have no clue where you live. Water. I don't know if you live someplace where there's a lot of water, there's some flooding. Maybe you just had a leak in the house, you got a faucet that won't stop running, dripping. He's showing almost like a waterfall. He's showing me a picture of a waterfall. And he goes, water running, water rushing. So he's trying to validate something with this. They don't always tell me everything. They'll just give me enough, because the details are none of my business in the first place. So he'll give me enough where hopefully you understand what he's talking about. He's talking about wild horses. Sometimes they just throw words out. I think he's trying to validate it's who it is, that it's him. Merry-go-round. He's trying to validate things that you've either just seen or just heard, or you're going to, like, in the very near future. Hair. There's hair all over. He says there's hair all over. So I don't know if you've been with somebody that has a lot of hair, or you've been finding hair all over. You're going to be finding hair in weird places. I always ask them to be unique. You know, everybody knows about butterflies and, you know, coins and stuff like that. So I feel like you're going to be finding kind of long strands of hair just in weird places That's going to be another sign. That's very unique. I've never had one do that before. So make sure you validate him, tell him you love him, thank him, invite him to bring you more. Tell him it's okay. He says you will get the hang of it. He says you're going to enjoy it once you get the hang of it. It'll take you a few times to go, oh, now I believe it. And I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him all you want to. He said he will give you little validations. So if you ask him something, now don't ask him 10 things all at once, but you can ask him something, and it might even take him a day or two or something, and then something will pop up, and you'll know that he is answering you. He says the answer to your question is yes. I'll try. I promise, and I will keep my promise. But I think when he says I keep my promise, I will keep my promise, I think he's talking about something like around the time that he passed. Something you ask him, something you think maybe he didn't hear you. He says he's going to keep that promise. He says, you're my beautiful mama. He's talking about corn and showing me corn on the cob. He's still trying to validate things. There's somebody close to you. There's more than one somebody close to you. There's at least two. Could be more, but there's at least two. Somebody that was related to him, somebody very close to you, so I guess it'd be related to you, that you need to hug tighter. And he's shown like more than one, like more like a mother hen putting her wings around them. You need to hug them tighter. They need you a little bit more than you think they do. You have, hang on, I'm asking him something. I can't quite tell what it is. You have jerked your head, thought that he was standing there. He's not really showing me that you actually saw him. Maybe you saw him out of the corner of your eye a little bit, which is where you usually see him. He's not making that clear enough. If you see somebody walking by, it's usually in your peripheral vision. When you turn your head, there's nothing there, and then you go, well, that was just my imagination. No, it's not. It's not your imagination. I see him dead on, but that still happens to me, where I'll see him and I'll turn my head, and then I can't see who it is. Try not to turn your head. You've either sensed him very strong, thought you heard him, thought you felt him, you know his energy, you know what he feels like when he walks into a room. And so you know, but when you turned your head, he wasn't there. So he's not making it clear enough. If you saw him out of the corner of your eye, you heard him, or I think you just sensed him, felt him, and then when you turned around, he wasn't there. And then you had some tears, but it was him. He says you can feel him. You know how when somebody walks into the room like behind you and you don't know they're there, but you feel them, and you turn around and you go, where'd you come from? But you felt them there first. It's the same sensation. It's the same thing. Because your energy is connected. You're very close. Even now, you're very close. You're in tune to him, but you're not trusting it. You will. You will eventually. After it happens a few times, you'll get it. Now he's singing the song, If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. I don't know if you sang that to him a lot when he was little. Again, I think he's trying to validate. He wants you to know for sure that he's here. He's trying very, very hard. How could you think I would leave you? I wouldn't do that. You're my mommy, and I love you. Did you have somebody, well, close to you or maybe related to you, but not super close to you, a little distantly close to you, if that makes sense, or distantly related, or, it could be, I feel like it's somebody related to you, but not closely related to you, or even your neighbor next door can feel more like a grandfather than your real grandfather across the country. It's that feeling of relationship that passed away from, at least they said it was the COVID. They said it was the virus. I don't trust any of that anymore. Sorry, but that's my opinion, which I should not throw in there. But somebody just recently, which I guess they've all been recently, he's acknowledging that he was there when this person crossed. And I feel like it's a male. Oh, he goes, no. Look like a male. He goes, no. It was a female. I don't know. Anyway, I don't feel like it was a young person, but he was there. So whoever this person belonged to, I'm talking with my hands. He wants somebody to know that he was there to greet him. I said him. I don't know I don't know. Maybe there's more than one. Maybe there's a male and a female. He's not saying. He's talking about it's raining, and he's talking about flooding. He's talking about too much water. I'm gonna have to look and see where you live when I get off here. I don't ever creep anybody's Facebook page before I get on. Okay, now he's talking about a gingerbread man. So I don't know if you've recently made gingerbread cookies, recently ate one, used to make them for him all the time. He said when he was little, he used to put icing on their head and try to make hair. He's showing me he tried to make a hat out of icing on one. I love you, Mama. Don't be mad at me. I couldn't help it. It was time to go, time to fly. It happened the way it's supposed to. It happened the way it's supposed to be. I know it sucks. Then he says Charlie horse. I don't know if he's talking about maybe you just had a cramp or you're going to get a cramp. Almost feels like a nickname, but I can't tell for sure. Instead of a cramp. Now he's holding his leg, so now he's showing it as a cramp. Okay, he's showing you, but falling asleep, but you're not in bed. It's more like you're on the couch or a chair or something, and you fall asleep, and you wake up because you feel him stroking your hair. That's not your imagination. He wants to see you happier. What helps his energy and lightens his energy up, raises his vibration, is when you laugh, when you smile. He says, stop feeling guilty about that. That's what I want you to do. Talk to me now. It's not the same, it's different, but you can still talk to me. Let's do this. We got this. He's going like this. Do not be too scared to leave your house. You need some sunshine. He's showing a big dog outside. I don't know if you have a big dog. Kind of, can't see it real clear. Kind of looks like a Labrador type dog, something, you know. It could be a Rottweiler. I don't know, but it's a short-haired, larger dog. This one looks lighter colored. Dogs and small children. Dogs, animals, at least dogs and cats and small children can see them, hear them. It's no problem. It's no problem at all. So if you do have a dog like this, or you have any dog, watch them. You know, they might start barking at the corner and you see nothing. They might follow something with their eyes. Cats are good at that. That's because they see them. So, oh, he says it's not always him, it's grandma too sometimes. So you must have a grandma on the other side, or at least somebody that felt like a grandma to you on the other side that also pops in to see you. He says, yeah, she's here keeping an eye on me. Kind of not like he hates it, but kind of like, I got a babysitter kind of type of thing. I am so happy for you, Mama. You must have had something really nice just happen or just getting ready to happen. This world isn't as bad as it seems. Find your happy bright spot. Amongst all the crap, find your happy bright spot and ignore the rest of it. He says that's my advice for all of you. There's a young girl. Can't tell she was, I don't know if she was about, oh gosh, itching. About his age when she passed, close to his age anyway. I can't tell if she was older or younger, but close to his age. Okay, right now my left ear just closed up and started screeching. Now it faded off. Anything that happens to me during a reading is meant for you. So that was like a screech, but it wasn't a loud, it didn't hurt type of screech, but it just felt like my ear closed up and then it just started screeching. So he's showing that that's something that you're going to have happen to you. Know that that's him. Make sure you tell him you love him. Tell him thank you, but you can't understand him. If he's trying to say something, you can't understand him. Or maybe it's happened to this girl. This girl. She senses him. kind of freaks her out a little bit because it's like she closes her eyes and doesn't want to know. Like she feels him there, but she doesn't. She's too scared of it. He says she'll get over it. I'm not there to scare anybody. He's being very gentle and calm when he's talking about her. He's holding up an article of clothing. It's not real clear. It looks like a shirt. Maybe has stripes or something on it. It's got something on it. So I don't. Something about giving it away. Something he has you either just gave away or you're thinking about giving away. He said it's okay. It's all right to let go. It's okay. You're a beautiful person inside and out. You need to see that. Okay, he's got a guide with him. A guide. Guide. Sometimes my teeth don't let me talk so well. Very extremely strong male presence. Almost to the point of being overbearing, but he doesn't feel overbearing, but just, you know, that energy that's larger than life that is with him. I want to say an uncle. If not, it could be somebody, it doesn't have to be a blood uncle. It could be somebody that felt like an uncle, somebody he was close to, somebody older, somebody that he looked up to. But he's a very strong guide for Jimmy. Very protective, very knowledgeable, very taking him under his wing type of thing. So he's very well protected, very well taken care of. When we get there, we're just not all knowing. We got to kind of get broke in, I guess you might say. Learn the ropes again. So as he's leaving, he's whistling the Andy Griffith song. Got a fishing pole over his shoulder. He looks like little Opie Taylor. He's got his back to me, walking down a gravel road with his fishing pole. There's a collie dog. Looks like a black and white collie dog, so that'd be a Sheltie. Not sure. So I don't know if you guys used to watch. Oh my gosh, quit making me itch. I don't know if you guys used to watch that show together, or he liked the whistling of the used to whistle the song or something. But he's very relaxed, very comfy, very. He's going fishing. Him and somebody's dog, and he brought this dog forward for a reason. So somebody had a black and white, the miniature collie or a Sheltie or whatever they're called. Very pretty dog. He's making a big point of it. So somebody needs to know that their baby is with him and is perfectly fine. It'll be okay, Mama. Learn to talk to me this way. I'm always around. No, you're not bothering me. call on me whenever you want. And then just be open to it. So what's it hurt to believe it? I mean, seriously, what's it hurt to believe it? So just be open to it, and you'll start seeing all these signs and all those validations that he was trying to do, or that he is trying to do. He says you'll be just fine, and he starts whistling the song again as he continues to walk down the gravel road or dirt road. He says, I'm going to go catch a big one. I love you, Mama. Listen for me. He means listen for him. Listen for him. He's going to be talking to you. Okay, my dear, he just popped over a hill. So, again, thank you so much for being so patient. Just my life turned upside down for a while. That's my problem, but I've been on the run for 3 weeks. So, anyway, thank you very, very much. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you.